The leaders of South Korea and Russia on Friday also put pen to paper on a dozen deals aimed at enhancing cooperation between the two countries in a number of fields. The two sides will also press ahead with preparations for a free trade deal. Meanwhile, President Moon has now arrived in the southwestern city of Rostov-on-Don to cheer on South Korea at the World Cup before returning home on Sunday. Cha Sang-mi has more.
South Korea and Russia pledged to work hand-in-hand on a number of projects, including on a comprehensive trade deal. The two governments signed 12 MOUs right after Friday's summit between South Korean President Moon Jae-in and his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin. The most notable was between South Korea's Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy and Russia's Ministry of Economic Development. They signed a joint statement to proceed with domestic steps for a free trade agreement in the service and investment sectors. The move is expected to serve as a cornerstone to facilitate cooperation between Seoul and Moscow.
양국이 서비스 투자 분야 FTA 협상 개시를 위한 국내 절차에 착수하게 된 것을 기쁘게 생각합니다. 이 모든 노력의 목표는 양국 국민들이 더 큰 경제적 혜택을 누리고 삶의 질을 높이는 것입니다.
The two countries also agreed to establish a South Korea-Russia innovation platform that will allow joint research and development, as well as a regional cooperation forum to exchange culture and arts. There will also be government-level energy cooperation, including plans to connect the two countries' power grids to save money and energy. The two nations' sports ministries designated 2020 as a year of South Korea-Russia mutual exchange, celebrating 30 years of diplomatic relations. Joint studies on major ICT, including 5G high-speed internet and big data, will also be done through ICT cooperation. Sports exchanges will be increased and the two countries will work together on improving social welfare. Medical cooperation and the establishment of a health examination center were also agreed upon. Cooperation between the two countries' railroad operators will foster joint development on railroads and logistics, while both sides will expand their rail links with North Korea. President Moon completed his two-day itinerary in Moscow on Friday. During his time in the Russian capital, he delivered a historic address at Russia's lower chamber of parliament, met with business representatives from both countries, and attended a state dinner with President Putin. President Moon has arrived at the southwestern city of Rostov-on-Don on Saturday to cheer on South Korea in their World Cup match against Mexico. Cha Sang-mi, Arirang News.